present the output of our code. The members of our group are Abraham Micaela Joan, Altaveras Darnis, Balagot Jose Miguel, Pelosis Eric Glenn, Capasio Denzel Josh, Diaz Aaron J, Natanawan Lucky, San Jose Claren Lois, Solis Kim Altea, and Janet Trinidad. To present the output of our code. The members of our group are Abraham Micaela Joan, Altaveras Darnis, Balagot Jose Miguel, Pelosis Eric Glenn, Capasio Denzel Josh, Diaz Aaron J, Natanawan Lucky, San Jose Claren Lois, Solis Kim Altea, and Janet Trinidad. Name, I'm going to tackle the login frame. Login frame needs a username, a password, and a login. We set LBL new label as a new label for login. We set the LBL new label 1 as a label for the username and the LBL new label 2 for the password label. Setting the login frame set visible to true. By the if else part, here is Mr. Natanawan to discuss it.
So let's pause to the J button. So in the J button, we put a J button, then named it login for the J button login to open the login frame to enter to the table frame. But before that, we put an add action listener to the J button login. Then we put a string for the username and the password into the text username and the text password. After that, we put a if else situation, which if the user puts the password or the username admin, it will automatically goes to the table frame that is set visible to true. Then if the user put a wrong username or password, a show message dialog will automatically appear in the screen saying wrong password or username. Then after that, we set the text password to null, and that's it.
Good day to all of you who's watching this. My name is Claren Lois Arsaneset, and I'm going to show how to create data into the program. As you can see here, there is the panel for creating new data. The user must fill out those forms in order to add new data into the program. There's an ID number, which is auto-generated. That means every data that the user will going to add has a unique ID numbers. Next, the text areas for first, middle, and last name. It accepts string data type. Also, we have JRadio button for sex. There is only two options, which is male and female. And then we imported JCalendar for date of birth. So the user doesn't need to manually input its birth date. For college and course, for college and course, we have JCombo box. The course combo box is based on college combo box. If the user input a specific college, then the course will change its content. After the user fills out all the forms, the user can now be able to save the data. So as we can see, I've already filled up the first name, middle name, last name, sex, date of birth, college, and course. And after we fill up, we're just going to click save. Then it's already recorded.
Good day guys, I'm Aaron J. Diaz and now I'm going to explain how to create frame and its functionality using Java. The string variable in college CEAS, CB, AAC, CE, CO, and the course is BS, EED, BSSED, BSBSY. In the J button save, on the save button let's get value for sex radio button. True, the choice will appear to the male. Else, if it is false, that the choice will be appear to the female. To select the radio button. To get the date value, here you can get the date of birth. To get for the age, when you input the date of birth, your age will be also appear because he is already connect when setting the date of birth. And for if the text area content are incomplete, message will appear an incomplete form, and else her let in if I complete the form will display the message record is saved. Here is the J button for the cancel. We will send message dialog operation has been cancelled. In combo box, so there is CBO course that remove all items because every time you click on the college, the content it will appear and will see the available standard. If selected college is CEAS, will see the BS Ed, BS SED, BS PSY. If selected college is CBAA, will see the BSA, BSBA, and if selected college in CCE, will see the BSCS, BSCPE, BSECP, BSECE, BSIE, BSIT. If selected college in EON, will see the BSN.
So now we're going to a class name of training.java. In this case, we add a new class entitled framework and will be given a standard of simple code when we add default table model to set the all unit to public key. In the design, you can see a ID, last name, first name, middle name, age, sex, birthday, college course. We put a string header column to that. For the ID value, in create, we apply to public static int ID into 0. And for the limitation of clicking the button, we add set false to the create, update, view, start, log on buttons. This is the variable in table that we set in public static. We add now window listener with the text is, and for the response we add show confirm dialog which is less option, yes option, and no option. Also for the title of the frame is table is table. And for the J label entitled of list of data with J cost pane and content pane dot add. And this for the table data we add mouse listener to clickable the table to edit. We set it the string we get value at order. Selected row number. In row count also we set in code of get row count. For the first button which is create, we add action listener to perform and clickable which is to create frame. For the rest of the buttons, it will continue by Miss Abril.
In this part, using J button, which is the update button, first is we put it with the event handler action perform so that it can have execution itself. We are still in the framing because the button for update frame is here. In order for us to release the update frame, we made a reference for the frame, so we declared it as private. Then we took the class name that we will create the object, which is the update frame, and we name it as update frame, which is the first letter is lowercase. For instant shape, for new object, the update frame that we declare as private is equals to new update frame, which is the constructor. In this part, we have already created a new frame but not yet shown. In order to show it, the one we declare private which is update frame, and using the method set visible to true, we use a command if as condition so that it will enable to show the update frame. We put in selected row as public static. Using this is to get the value of selected row from table. Then using if else condition, we put a condition that if selected row is greater than or equal to 0, the condition will be false and will return the string inside the statement, and the message dialog will tell the user to select a row to to update, which is the J option pane. We added a command for button click limitation. So at the top of this, we put a reference for this method, which is public static boolean update click. Then if the update click is equal to true statement, the condition will be true and will return the string inside the statement, and the update frame will appear. We put a message dialog that will tell the user to update frame is already open. And lastly, update click is equals to true is for the continuation of code in button updates. When the user clicks the update button, the update frame it will appear, and Ms. Solis and Mr. Trinidad will explain that part. So in the delete button, using J button also the idea, when the user clicks the button, the selected row will be deleted. First is we put an event handler action if performed so that it can have execution in the table itself. Using if else condition, first is we put the condition that if selected row is greater than or equal to 0, the condition will be false and will return to the string inside the statement, and we put message dialog that tells the user to select a row to delete. Then the true statement to execute it properly. For delete button, we put the if response is equals to confirm dialog, which is the yes or no confirmation. Confirmation answer to are you sure to delete the selected row. If the response is yes, the selected row will be removed from model data info. Then message dialog, selected row is successfully deleted, for the user to know that it has been deleted. And to still update the count of rows if ever the user deleted or added a data on model data info, we also put here the int row count is equals to table data info that get row count. So using this method, the label records will get its value or row count from table data info. In this part, using J button for view frame, we put it with event handler action performed so that it can have execution. In order for us to release the view frame, the first thing is reference for the frame. So we declare it private. We took the class name that we will make an object, which is the view frame, and we have named it as view frame. For instantiate for new objects, so the view frame that we declare it as private is equals to new update frame, which is the constructor. In this part, we have already created a new frame but will not yet show. In order to show the one we declared private, which is view frame, and using the method setVisible to true, we use command equals condition so that it will enable to show the view frame. But before that, we put if selected row as public static. Using this method is to get the value of selected row. Then using if else condition, first is we put the condition that if selected row is greater than or equal to 0, the condition will be false and will return the string inside the statement, and we put a message dialog that tells the user to select a row to view. We added a command for button click limitation. So at the top of this, we put the reference for this method, which is public static boolean view click. Then, if the view click is equal to true statement, the condition will be true, and will return the string inside the statement, and here the view frame will appear. We put a message dialog that will tell the user the view frame is already open, which is J option pane. When the user clicks the view button, the view frame will appear, and Mr. Balagot and Mr. Capaccio will explain that part. Lastly is button logout using J button components where the user can give the frame name. We first installed it with event handler action perform to have execution in the frame itself. For button logout, we put if response is equals to J option pane that confirm dialog, which is the yes or no confirmation answer to are you sure to log out. And another if for the response of user, if the response is yes, it will enable the user account to log out and dispose the whole code. And all buttons are disabled except for login button.
Hi, good day. My name is Denzel Josh Capascio, and I'm here to present our project. But before we start, let me show you the output of our code. So as you can see here, at this frame, we display the selected row and displaying the name, age, sex, birth date, college, and course of the selected student in the main frame or table frame. But before we go further, let me show you on how we get the info or data of the selected student in this table, on how we display it here. So let's go. But before we, so at first we declare a public static, so it would be accessible in a different class or frame. So let's go find the code for the display now. So as you can see here, let me show you here. So here, as you can see, there is a last name, first name, middle name, as well as here you can see their last name, first name, and middle name. Age, sex, birth date, college, and the last one is course. So this is the code that will display the info or data of the student that you have selected in the table frame. In this frame, this is the data of the student. See? So furthermore, let's discuss about now the close button here. Well, as you see here in the frame, it just closed this tab or frame, and as you see, once we close this tab, it also deselect the highlighted row. Let's try it one more time. If you see, so we select another row, second row, then we close this. Let's see if this row will be deselect. So yeah, it deselect the highlighted row, so which enables you to select another row like this. Let's view again. So here, so see, we choose the first one, and it shows the first one too here in profile card or view frame. So let's close it. So let's see what's the code on the close button. So it would be right here where it is. So here, the close button. So at first we declare here the close button. This is a normal J button code, and this is just the action of the buttons. So once we here, as you see, once we click the close button, it also deselect the highlighted row in this table. That's the code for being deselect the highlighted row in this table. Okay, this is the code to deselect also the highlighted. And also we dispose just the close button for not being able to harm or damage this main frame. So we just dispose it, so it would be easy to the user to select another row. And I think that's it, and thank you, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Jose Miguel Ibalagot, and I will explain to you the function of btn update and btn delete in ViewFrame. First, we add a action listener to btn update so that if the user click the update button, the update frame will appear, and the method we use is update frame that's visible true. And the boolean variable from frame main will be false, and the view frame will be closed using the method dispose. And in btn delete, we also add the action listener so that the following will be performed. We declare a integer variable named response, and if the user click the yes button in J option pane, the selected row in the model data info will be removed using the method remove row, and the message dialog will appear that the selected row has been deleted. and the buclic variable in frame main will be false and the view frame will be closed using the method dispose. And the next presenter is Denzel Capasio.
I am Kemal Thea Bisalis, together with John Lloyd Trinidad, here to present and explain to you the date frame. First, we declare the string array college and string array course to act like a container of the data that we will be needing for later for our combo box. Here in button save, we declare an event handler that implements action listener for the button to execute the given code inside the action listener class. Here inside the button save, we use the set value at to allow the user to edit or change the data inside the given table. For example, here, model data info is a table model declared in the table frame class. We set its value using the text last name get text table frame that selected row is used to indicate which of row data the user wants to update, and the array value 1 specify which column of the selected row the user wants to update, and same with the other columns from column 2 from column 8. A J option will appear confirming that the selected record has been updated using the dispose method. The update frame will disappear and the data inside the table from the table frame class will be updated. The cancel button will basically dispose the update frame after an J option pane shows that the updating operation has been cancelled.
So, good morning. I am John Lloyd D. Trinidad, and here for the CBO college, we use the string array variable college for the data that contains the data. Then inside its item listener, we use the remove all items because CBO course has datas from above, and we use if else if statements for the selection of college and course. So if CBO college, the selected index is equals to 0, CBO course will add 3 items which is BSEED, BSSED, and BSI. There. Then as if the CBO college that selected index is equals to 1, the CBO course will add 2 items which is BSA, BSBA. Then as if CBO's college get selected index is equals to 2, CBO course will add 5 items which is BSCS, BSCPE, BSECE, BSIE, and BSIT. So else if either of the 3 are selected, the CBO course will only add 1 item which is BSBN. Here in CBO course, we use the string array variable course for the data, and for the setting of the value in text update, we use the LBL ID that set text. Here the purpose of this table frame that the variable, the purpose of this table frame is to indicate that where the variable is taken from. For example, this one ID is from the table frame, and also the first name, the middle name, and the last name. And in the selecting of the sex, we use if else statement, which is table frame that sex that equals male. So if the selection is male, the RDO male that selected is equals to true. Else RDO female that selected is equals to true. And for getting the value in the college and course, we also use nested if else. So if if the ano if the college is equals to CEAS, CBO college, that set selected index is equals to 0. So inside that if statement, there's also if else statement. So next is if the course is equals to BSEED, CBO course that set selected index is equals to 0. Else if table frame that T course equals to BSSED, CBO course that set selected index is equals to 1. So if either of the two is selected, the CBO course that set selected index will be equals to 2. So here, else if college is equals to CBAA, CBO college at the selected index is equals to 1. And if if the table frame that course that equals to BSBA, CBO course that set selected index is equals to 0. If and else CBO course that set selected index is equals to 1. Lastly is if the if the college is equals to CCE, so CBO college will be selected index will be 2, and inside that else if statement will be another else if statement. So if the table frame that T course is equals to BSCS, so CBO course will display the selected index 0, which is BSCS. Then else if table frame that course is equals to BSCPE, the CBO course that set selected index is equals to 1, that will display the selection which is BSCPE. And same to the other selection which is BSECE, BSIE, and BSIT. So if none of the three is selected, the CBO college that set selected index will be equals to 3, and CBO course that set selected index will be equals to 0.